Hey guys, what is going on today? Joe here, and welcome back to episode number 15 of our Montreal Canadiens franchise mode series here in NHL 19. So if you guys wouldn't mind, make sure to go down to that thumbs up button down below. Make sure you guys hit it, subscribe if you are brand new to the channel. Also, make sure to go check out intotheam.com. Use code BOJO for 10% off your entire order. All right, so here we are. We're still in free agency here at the aftermath of year number 3. And we had a bunch of big trades go down in the very last episode. Most notably, Carey Price is no longer a member of the Montreal Canadiens team, and we brought in a hopefully good goal scorer to help out our team. Now, a lot of you guys in the comments section were very not happy with the results of the trade, but hopefully Jost's performance in this coming year will definitely, hopefully, help change your guys' minds. But as you guys know, we definitely made the trade last episode. We got Tyson Jost, I think it's Tyson Jost. We got Tyson Jost, a second-round pick from the Colorado Avalanche, and we also ended up grabbing Connor Timmins in the deal as well. So we'll have to make sure we play Timmins in free agency or in preseason a little bit to uncover his actual stats and what he's going to be working with. But yeah, we're looking pretty good for this coming year. Obviously, we made that crazy signing in free agency as well, signing Kulikov for 10 mil. I'll keep an eye out for Yanni Gourde trades as well, because I know that was something a bunch of you guys were letting me know in the comment section as well. Keep an eye out on those Gourde trades. Definitely, if I have a chance to flip the switch on a Gourde trade, I definitely will do that. But I think we are pretty much good to go to sim to next season and start getting some things done with our team. So obviously I'm not going to get Antti Raanta, even though I wanted him. I'm not going to give them a first, a second, and Gourde for Raanta and a third. No thank you, Colorado. If it's just Gourde for picks and things like that, then we'll maybe make a exception here. Ryan Poehling and a third for Carolina's second, and Michael Ferland. No thanks. So we'll probably be getting a lot of trades here. Yeah, once again, first Gourde and a third for Raanta. No thanks. Let's see, 2/3 in Tyzika for Novoselov and a fifth. Yep, we already know about that Novoselov guy from the previous things. Arturi Lehkonen did accept the offer finally because he was an RFA. First and Gourde for Raanta, a third and a fourth now. Colorado wants to send me Raanta like crazy. 2 seconds for Gourde and a third. That would give me 4 second-round picks pretty much for this year's draft. That would be really good to move a bunch of those second-round picks up for a first-round pick more than likely. I could very easily do that, and if we are a good team by the trade deadline, I could definitely package a bunch of those seconds together to get some help if we are a good team by then. I might do this deal. Yeah, I think I will. Like I said, a bunch of you guys definitely did not think Yanni Gourde was a necessity on our team anymore, especially with the upcoming rookies hopefully going to take his place. So, especially since we got Jost, he's going to be moving on to the second line, and Gourde would be at best on third line. So I think we're going to make this trade. We're going to send Yanni Gourde and a third-round pick, which was the New Jersey Devils property, which we got in that moving down in the trade, the draft last year. And we're going to get 2 second-round picks for this coming draft, one being the New York Islanders, one being the Ottawa Senators. So I think we are good to go. I'm going to accept that trade. Boom. Yanni Gourde gone. Ryan Poehling for a second and Cole Lind. No thanks. But there we go. 2 second-round picks picked up for Yanni Gourde. We had to give the Islanders a third, but I'll take that any day of the week. Second is Slugobov for a second, so it's just getting rid of Slugobovs. Ooh, Poehling in a second for, Joonas Korpisalo, a third and a fourth. Now that's an interesting trade. I have not scouted Korpisalo at all, so I'm not sure what his value is, but how old is he now? He's 27, so he's done getting better. How good was he last year? Ooh, yikes. He has not had a very good couple of years in the NHL. 3 straight NHL seasons, only played a max of 28 games, and his win-loss record and save percentage. His save percentage last year is actually pretty good for what he played. 5.19-2, but he had a save percentage of .925 and a goals against average of 2.32. Yeah, so Columbus was just not giving him any support at all, but I don't have him scouted already, and like I said, we have Carter Hart and we have Grubauer on our team for right now, so we gotta say no to that. Poehling in a second for Hjalmarsson in a second. So pretty much Poehling for Hjalmarsson, no thanks. A lot of teams are going to be interested in Ryan Poehling, like I said, but depending on how good he does and what his overall is going to look like in the preseason, he'll more than likely be on the regular team. Paling Zarkov in a third for a first-round pick and a second-round pick. Zarkov was the low top 6 forward, 57 overall, 5th rounder, and 2 years ago. And then we give away Ryan Paling for a first and a second. We have low elite players now instead of low top 6s, so he's not all. Zarkov is not necessary on this team. He's not even really signed. Paling has a lot of good trade value to him, but like they want to give me a first-round pick, the Blackhawks do? Yeah, because we have Kovalchuk, who's medium elite. We have medium elites and low elite players out the butt. His value on the team, Zarkov's, is not all too crazy. Did we just sign him? No, we didn't sign. We still have him unsigned. So I think he becomes a UFA next year. And then Paling. And we get a first-round pick from the Blackhawks. Like, how high are they valuing that first-round pick? Like, is Chicago supposed to be a good team next year? It's not crazy value, but they're giving away their first and their second. Who they still have in that? They still have Crawford, who's 36. What's their defense look like? Let's see. They have, like, Keith, Brodin, Murphy, Wallette, Dupre, Seabrook, Davidson, Yokiharu. Bodquist is probably pretty good by this time. Tuola, Bodan, Reinhardt. Okay. Decent defensive core, maybe. A couple older guys. Kane and Taze are both in their mid-30s almost. The Brinket's probably good. Schmaltz is probably good. They have Kako now. They took Andrew Shaw back from us. That's right. Sod. McGinn, Clifford, Cassian, Hagelin, Hayden, Camp. They could be a decent team. They could also be a crappy team. So if we grab up the first, that would give us 3 first-round picks and 5 second-round picks for this coming draft. Yeah, because we would have Colorado's, ours, the Islanders, the Senators, and then Chicago's. And then we would also have ours, Nashville's, and Chicago's first-round picks this year. Which is good because Chicago and Nashville are both in the Central, though. I don't know if I would want to have 2 first-round picks from the same division. I'm going to say no to this deal. Even though it's... I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. I don't feel comfortable having 2 first-round picks from the same division, in all honesty. Paling and a 4th for a first from Vancouver. Vancouver's been a good team the past couple of years. I think I'm going to say no to that because their team's kind of turning around. Pedersen, Horvat, Demko, other goaltenders, their defense are getting better. I'm going to say no. I don't think Vancouver's first is going to be that great. A second and Alexander Romanov for the Blues first. No thanks. I would like Romanov on my team. Down there in the AHL, he's going to be definitely needed. Paling a second and Slugobov once again for a first and a second. No thanks. Maybe come trade deadline we can explore some other trades potentially for Ryan Paling. But as we get to the beginning of the season, he's probably somebody who I could need on the bottom lines. All right, so let's set captains now, shall we, guys? All right, so Jonathan Drouin's an assistant. I'm fine with that. Brendan Gallagher is actually named the captain of this team, so I don't have to change anything with that. I'm actually going to unassign Nikita Sherbak as one of the captains, and we definitely should name a defenseman one of the captains here, which it's probably going to be Roman Josi, I would assume. Yeah, I'm going to assign Roman Josi as an alternate there. So we'll have Gallagher as the captain, Drouin will be the assistant, and Roman Josi will be the other assistant captain. Probably could maybe give to like Juleson or Mete, but I think Roman Josi's an established veteran, so we will definitely make sure to give him the captaincy. And cool, so now let's go to edit lines and let's see who we need to play, where they're going to play, on what line they're going to play, and honestly just get them some time here in the system. Who do I want to call up? Paling I would like to call up because I want to see what he can do. Kovalchuk I would like to play up here, so I'll have to switch him out for somebody else. Let's switch him out for Lehkonen. Send Lehkonen down because I'm not going to use him as anyway. Let's call up Kovalchuk first because I want to see how he's going to do. And then Poulin needs to play, so I think I could probably send Paul Byron down. Clayson could sit, and I'll call up Connor Timmins just to get him a couple games in to see what his overall's looking like. And then goaltenders, for Hurt and Grubauer, I would like Rajala to see what his overall potentially is. I know he's only 18, but I would like to see what kind of overall he's looking at. I'll get him up here later. We'll let Grubauer and Hart kind of play a couple games to start. Blake Kovalchuk, does he need to get in for anybody? I could take Armia out, honestly. Put Kovalchuk in there for a couple of games, see what he's going to do down there on the 4th line. Cool, I think that's fine for right now. Best lines in the AHL, that's perfectly fine for right now. I'll add all that stuff up later, probably off camera for you guys. Alright, so let's go to the preseason, shall we? Let's simulate, you know what, let's actually go to this first game against Ottawa, and we might do an in-game simulation against this team, just to see how well the squad is going to play. So why not? Let's do a first period sim, 1-0 lead, Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Second period, Colin White ties it up, and then Ottawa wins it. Alex Formanton gets the last one on Carter Hart to get the W for the Sens in regulation. Alright. Only 1 goal scored that game, but that's fine. Let's go 4 more of the next 3 games. And then I'll call up that goaltender. I'll send probably Grubauer down for a quick minute. Really long simulating time going here in preseason. 5-3 win over Florida, and then a 4-0 win over the Buffalo Sabres. Not bad, not bad. Alright, let's check out, let's just sim to the next preseason game. Nothing yet on anybody in particular. Poulin, nope, still don't know anything on those guys. Alright, so Blake Kovalchuk's probably going to be like 60 overall, which is not bad. Connor Timmins is actually a 78. Maybe he's a 78. Okay, interesting. Belfoy, we still need to play him a little bit more, which is good. And then Grubauer is actually roughly an 82 now, a little bit less. Carter Hart, we still need to know a little bit about him, so I'm still going to make sure that he gets games in here. We're going to get Ryan Poehling some games in here on the 4th line. I'll switch him to center because he's a natural center. Okay, so we can do that. We can go to roster moves now. We can send Kovalchuk down since we already kind of know what he's like. Same probably thing with Timmins. I don't think I need him anymore. Yep, let's call up the goaltender. Let's call up Radula. Oh, we already know a bit about Radula anyway, so never mind. He's been uncovered just by sitting down there in the AHL, so he's going to be roughly 57 overall, so that's perfectly fine. I don't need to uncover anything about him. That should be fine, and we should be good on that front. I definitely want Belfoy to get some more starting time, so I'm going to move him up the board, because we already know Morrissey's an 85, so he actually went up an overall, did Josh Morrissey. Good, good. Good. He went up to an 85. He was 84 last year, so now he's an 85. That's awesome. I'm going to give Belfoy some time up there on the top line. Give him some more minutes. Hopefully that'll get him uncovered a little bit faster. And I think we're good there. Best lines in the AHL, like I said, doesn't really matter. All right, so let's sim up to this last game against Boston. We'll do an in-game simulation there for that Bruins team. 6-4 win over the Red Wings, and then we'll just do a one final in-game simulation here against the Bruins. Last game of the preseason, have a chance to go above 500. 2-0 lead for the Bruins, Eberle and Heinen. 3-0 lead, John Moore. And then 4-0 shutout, Johan Larsson. Jesus Christ, Carter Hart got shelled in that last game as we lose 4-0 to the big bad Bruins. Alright, so we can skip ahead here, probably get the pop-up. There we go, October 4th. Yep, so we have 2 days to adjust our players and our teams to be to have the guys who we want up here for the time being. Okay, let's just go to one final. Let's go to roster moves then, since the preseason has now ended, and let's see who we want on the NHL team and who we want sent down to the minors here. So who are we going to play, and who do we think should play? So Poulin's supposed to be a 4th liner, so I think he might stay. Poehling is a 4th liner. Cousins is technically a depth forward, so he could probably be up here as an extra forward, which is fine. Senyshyn's a 4th liner. Hudon's a 4th liner. Lafreniere we still think is a depth forward, but I don't think that's 100% accurate, especially with his stats, the way they're looking. Good shot, really good playmaking skills. Defense is a little bit kind of sketch, I think. No, his defense awareness is 80. He's got 3.5 for defense. Physical is decent, I guess. Skating. Yeah, he's got 5-star puck skills and 5-star shooting, so I think he should definitely stay up here. The top 6, I think, is set in stone. It's just where these guys need to play. And then I think defense is kind of set the way it is as well, where we're going to have Morrissey and Yossi, who's up to an 89. Actually, he was always at an 89. Or was he an 88 last year? I forget. But anyway, I think it's going to be Zboril and Belfoy, and then Mete and Juleson, I think. Depending on what Belfoy's overall is. I'll have to see. Might be putting a little bit too much pressure on him, so I don't want to give him many minutes to start. I think it might be better. And then Grubauer and Carter Hart, I think, is probably going to be the way to go. Alright, so we want to go defense. So we know Connor Timmins is going to go down. And we know that I think either Frederick Claesson or Dmitry Kulikov is going to be up here. Yeah, Kulikov's going to be up here. We know that. for a fact. So let's make that change. I think for like all the power plays and stuff like that, I'm going to leave it for the first month to see how we do. All right, so let's see. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And I believe that is perfectly fine on offense. Defensively, yep, that's where we're going to run. And then Grubauer and Hart. Yep, that's what we're running for the NHL team, and that's what we're going to run for the AHL team for right now. All right, so I think our lines are set the way we are. Scouts will do that kind of stuff later. What we are going to do is go the first, like, 9 games, I think, and see how this team plays. So let's start simming here. So let's go to the first month. Why not? Actually, you know what? Because 9 games, I think those guys can still be sent down to juniors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so let's take it up to this the game after the Arizona Coyotes game. All right, waivers, we know about that. We're good. Should be fine. Scouts, no, scouts are fine. I'll do them later. They're fine. They'll get preset as it is anyway. All right, can I actually stop the sim? I was going to stop the sim to do an in-game simulation of the first game, but that's fine. We got a 3-2 shootout win over the Panthers in game number 1, which is good. We'll do the next one here, Washington. Remember, I just want to go like 8 games in because I'm not sure if any of those guys are still on like their junior contracts, if I send them down, if they go back to junior or not, but we shall see. So first 3 games, not looking promising. 1 and 2 start. Come back with a 4-1 win over the Predators, which is nice. We definitely want to beat them since we have their first round pick for this year. 3-2 win over the Vegas or 4-2 win over the Vegas Golden Knights. Vancouver again. Glad we got our season series done with the Vancouver Canucks in the first 3 weeks, which is nice. Zach Senyshyn's been injured with a wrist sprain October 27th, so I'll just replace the player. That's fine. He'll be out for like a week or 2. There you go. Shootout win over the Canucks and a 4-2 win over the Coyotes. Okay. Starting off strong, 7 games in, 5-2 record. Very, very good start to the season for the Habs to start. Brendan Gallagher, that's what I like, man. 8 points in 7 games, 10 points on the year so far for the team. Do we have uncovered anything about the guys? Do we have 4 bars on teams? We do have 4 bars on our players. Good. All right, so Jonathan Drouin is technically an 88 overall. He keeps going up 1 overall, so I think this might be roughly of where he's going to stop growing. 6 points in 7 games, 3 goals, 3 assists. I'm liking that. Jesperi Kotkaniemi is definitely a first liner now, 100%, 87 overall now. Yay, it changed it to a playmaker. Hooray, he got changed back to a playmaker. Awesome. His deking skills are absolutely insane. And changing him to the playmaker, he's getting the playmaking points. 1 goal, only 5 assists though, which is awesome. That's what I need him to do. Still haven't uncovered Brendan Gallagher yet, but 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points in 7 games. That's what I need Brendan Gallagher to do. They still technically have him as a second liner, but he gets the job done on the first line, especially playing with Kotkaniemi and Drouin. He'll get the job done. Max Domi, 6 assists though, 7 games and 7 points in 7 games for Max Domi, which is very, very good. Putting him back on the left wing, maybe that's where he needs to be. Tyson Jost is scoring goals, baby. There we go. 7 games in, 5 goals already for Tyson Jost, and he's an 85 overall. That is exactly the kind of player I needed on this team. I needed Tyson Jost to score goals. I probably am going to edit power play lines up a bit just to make sure that he's on the power play and he's scoring goals. Sherbak, 6 points in 7 games as well, which is good. He's at an 84. Still didn't change from last year, but good. Jost is 85. Domi's 85. Lafreniere is an 80, so he should be playing on the third line. No goals in 7 games played, so he's still looking for his first NHL point. -6, though. It's a little bit rough. Hudon, -7, so there's kind of the issue where this team lies. Army is, don't know yet, is 81, but he's technically in there now since Zach Senyshyn's out with injury. And then Samuel Poulin is technically a 78. He's also supposed to be on that third line. So I can move either him up. Paling is also 79 overall, 3 goals in 7 games, so leave him down the fourth line, he scores goals. And then Dylan Cousins is also a third liner, 79 overall, 3 assists as well. So those rookies down there on the fourth line are getting it done. Maybe I can move one of them up to the third pair. But Lafreniere and Hudon are definitely some big minus players, which kind of makes sense because they're not really the greatest defensively. I mean, Hudon is, which is interesting. I don't know why his defensive stats are that bad, but Lafreniere, I think, would benefit from some power play time, or getting a sniper for Lafreniere I think would be good, because he's supposed to be a playmaker. He's got good puck moving skills, but the problem is there's no real sniper on the second line. So I don't know None of these guys are snipers. They're all two-way forwards, I believe. Yeah, Cousins is a power forward. So the fourth line kind of makes sense, but I'm not sure how good Senyshyn was doing. Let's see. Senyshyn is an 80, a third line scorer, no points either. Yeah, that third line is all minus player-wise. So they definitely need a sniper to score goals, for sure. Somebody needs to score goals in that third line, or somebody like needs to pick it up defensively to score goals. So, I mean, we're doing fine right now. The top six is definitely pulling their weight. Third line could definitely use a little bit of help since they're really, really minus, but I think they're fine the way it is. Defensively, let's see. Yossi, yep. Morrissey, yep. Zaboral, 80 only. So he should be a top 6 player, so I'm going to move him down. Julesen's also an 80, so they lost 1 overall. Mete still stayed at 81, and then Belfoy is a 79. Alright, so Belfoy should be up here. 100%, 79. I want him to play for the rest of the year. We need that defensive defenseman, but Julesen and Zaboral both dropped in overalls, down 1 from 81s to 80s now. So our defense is still a little bit weak, I would say. We need that offensive defenseman, to say the least. How are points looking? Yossi's got 8. Morrissey's got 1 only. Mete's got 1. Julesen has 1. Zaboral has nothing. Belfoy has nothing as well, but that's fine. He's a defensive defenseman. I don't need him getting points. Goaltenders, what do we got? Still don't know much about Carter Hart. We know Grubauer's 83. He's got 7. He's played 7 games so far. Hart hasn't even played a game yet for the squad, so I gotta make sure. Hopefully he gets some starts in there, but because I need to figure out what he's gonna be. But for the time being, I think Grubauer's doing a fine job, 83 overall. And that's what the team looks like. AHL-wise, do we know anything? Lekkonen's also an 80. And we know Lekkonen's a sniper. So I'm not really sure where Lekkonen goes here. Should I call up Arturi Lekkonen, send one of the rookies down? I'm not going to send Lafreniere back down to juniors. There's no point in doing that. He needs to get experience. I'm trying to just figure out what I can do with this team to help Lafreniere a bit. Like, I don't want to bump Domi out of the lineup, nor do I want to move Scherbak. Jost is scoring goals in that second line, so I definitely need to do that. Alright, let me just check special teams really quickly as well, just to see what the game had set up for best lines. Alright, so they had Gallagher, Drouin, Domi. Okay, so they did have Tyson Jost on the power play, which is good. That's what I would need. Scherbak, Kotkaniemi, and Jost on the second pair, which is good. Mete and Zaboral. I definitely think Jost should probably go up to the first pair power play. That way, if I had to choose what I do on the first line power play, I'd probably have Kotkaniemi in the middle, Drouin and Jost, and then have maybe Scherbak on the point with Yossi, and then that way Morrissey can go down to the bottom pair on the second line, either probably take Zaboral out, leave Mete in, and then that way you have Gallagher on the second pair with a Domi or a Scherbak, and then center-wise, probably, I don't know who I would put center there. Well, Domi can play center, and then I just put another winger in there. So yeah, I could definitely work around with the power play a bit. What do they have as penalty kill-wise? So they have Jost killing penalties? That's interesting. Why, is his defense good? Yes, he's really good defensively. I forgot he's a two-way forward, so that makes sense. So yeah, Jost can kill penalties. Paling is killing penalties as well. Makes sense. He's got 89 defensive awareness. Morrissey and Yossi, which is good. I probably should put Belfoy in for the penalty kill. I'm not sure how good his defensive category is. Let's see, 86, 87, 85. It's pretty decent, so he should probably get some penalty kill time over Zaboral or Julesen. I'll have to see which one of them is better defensively. It looks like Zaboral's better defensively than Julesen is. Yeah, Zaboral's got the better stick checking, it looks like. But yeah, and he's more physical as well. So I would probably take out Julesen and probably put Belfoy in there if I were me. I'll take a look and see how our penalty kill percentage is doing so far to start. So goals for is at 2.86. Goals against 2.86. Power play percentage is at 23.8, which seems pretty good. That's the reason I don't want Vancouver's first round pick, guys. Look, they're 6-0-1 to start. Yeah, we're 10th best in the league right now on power plays. So we've had 21 total power plays, and our percentage is 23.8. Almost like every 4 power plays we get a goal pretty much, or close enough as it is. And then penalty kill percentage, ooh, look at that penalty kill, boys. Time short hitting at 15, 93.3% penalty kill percentage. That's really, really good. So we've only given up 1 power play goal so far on 15 times being shorthanded. So the penalty kill is actually doing a decent job to start. So maybe we'll just leave that as it is. Maybe I'll just make the one switch, maybe put Belfoy in there because I think he'd be a better option than Juleson. But yeah, so far 7 games in, team is looking pretty decent to start, I would say. So you guys can let me know for lineup changes of what we should do. So hit me with them in the comments section. First line, I don't think needs to be touched. I think you guys would definitely agree with that. First line definitely does not need to be touched. I think Rittman, Kotkaniemi, and Gallagher are placed exactly where they need to be. Second line, I really don't think there's an issue there either. Domi is doing much better on the wing, it seems, than he has been the previous years in the center, because we have Jost, who's a center, and he is doing exactly what I needed him to do. He's scoring goals. He's almost at a goal per game, 5 goals in 7 games played, and hopefully he can keep up that pace. How many power play points did he have so far as well? Let me see his career stats. It's +3. Let's see, how many power play points? So 2 power play points so far out of his 6. So if he can get points in the power play, I don't care. As long as he's scoring goals, that's fine by me. And then Sherback there as well. Seems like he's doing a decent job working with those 2 guys as well. Like I said, giving you 2 playmakers, Jost, and you're definitely taking advantage of that because Domi's feeding the puck like a maniac, it seems. Same thing with Kotkaniemi's feeding the puck like a maniac, and hopefully Gallagher and Drouin can put the puck on the top line. Third line is definitely where it becomes a little bit questionable because Lafreniere and Hudon are both, well, Hudon has 1 point, but Lafreniere should be on the NHL team. He's held pointless so far on the team, and he's one of the worst minus players on our team at a -6. So when goals are getting scored on us, he's out there on the ice, and I don't think that needs to be the case. I think that Senyshyn getting hurt kind of helped out the team a little bit because that gives us another 2-way forward on the third line with Joel Armia. So maybe moving a guy like, maybe moving either Poulin or Cousins up to that third line as well, or maybe even a guy like Ryan Poehling, move him up to the third line, because Hudon's actually supposed to be a 4th liner, right? Well, he's a 3rd liner, but he's not really going to be getting any better. He's 27. I'd rather move Ryan Poehling up to this line because Hudon is a sniper, and I think Poehling will give that better defensive awareness stat, you know, a boost. And Poehling has 3 goals already so far. So if he can maybe help out 5-on-5, help Lafreniere out, Lafreniere might have another guy to feed the puck to. I think we should do that. Giving Cousins and Poulin another sniper down there might be, you know, beneficial. I honestly think we need, like, if I'm looking for something on this team, probably a 4th line center. Honestly, I would not be all too against going out on the market and seeing if there would be a potential to grab a 4th line center and just get rid of Hudon, because I think he's way too minus of a player, and I don't think he's actually helping out our team all too fantastic. But Poulin and Cousins, I really don't have a problem with those guys either. They're plus players, then they're getting points on the 4th line, so I don't have a problem with that. So that's what I think the lineup is there on offense. Defensively, I really don't think there's anything else we could really do elsewhere on defense. We know Timmins is a 76 now, so he's a depth defenseman. So he should probably be playing probably where Clayson is, to be honest. I'd rather have Clayson down here. Have Connor Timmins, Cale Fleury play the top pairs in the AHL. Cederholm and Pullman are fine, but... Oh, Romanov. Where's Romanov? Romanov should probably be playing, right? Ooh, is Lars Patterson really a 75? Oh yeah, he was that draft pick, right. Right. He should probably be playing. Romanov was roughly a 70, but we're not sure on Pedersen, so maybe I take off Cederholm just for a little bit and play that Pedersen guy just to check and see what his overall is. So maybe I would do that. If he's any good, who knows? So I'll play him down there. I'll make that change. But yeah, as far as our defense goes, I really don't think there's anything else that we need to change. Like I said, Yossi and Morrissey are fine for the top pair, but Juleson, Zaboral, and Mete, 3 guys right here who's kind of they're question marks. So which 3 I think, which one I honestly think we should keep, because I'm still looking for that pure offensive defenseman, somebody who on defense I know for a fact can get us points. So if you guys had to choose potentially one of these 3 defensemen to keep between Juleson, Mete, and Zaboral. Who do you think it would be? And then Belfoy's not going to be going anywhere. He's playing where he needs to be. He's a -2, like I said, but he's a defensive defenseman. I don't expect him to get points. I don't need him to get points. I just need him to get a little bit better in that defensive category, get him some playing time, keep the puck out of the net. That's all I need from my 6'5" defensive defenseman. That's all I need him to do, is just play down there, get his minutes, keep the puck out of the net, and he'll be fine. And then scratch players, like I said, Senyshyn's out with the injury. He's 80 overall. He was also one of the big minus players, so it's looking like that trade to Boston for Pacioretty is not really paying off all too well for us, because Senyshyn nor Zaboral are really getting all too greater in overalls, it seems. De La Rose is still scratched on here, so honestly, probably just gonna keep him there. To be honest, I don't see him. I'd rather play the rookies in his place over than De La Rose, so he could probably get put on the block. Kulikov's there for the salary cap eating and just for the extra guy, just in case. And then Grubauer and Hart, we need to see Carter Hart get into some games so I can see what his overall is going to be. But Grubauer's playing pretty decent so far. 5 wins in 7 games for him, and hopefully he'll continue to do that. But other than that, I think we're going to call it. So next episode, we'll do a ton more simming with the team. Hopefully you guys give me some lineup changes and, you know, maybe some suggestions. Maybe we can make it some more trades. I would like an offensive defenseman, and maybe a 4th-line center would be something we could definitely go out and grab. So other than that, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe as always. Other than that, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.